Hi everyone. Today I am going to go over a question that I am often asked, and that is it more cost effective to work with a virtual assistant over employing somebody? And I would say yes, and that is purely because when you employ someone there are a lot more costs than people think about. You will need to have equipment for them, which will be the basics of a desk and a chair, and then there's stationery and a PC for them to work off of, and other bits and pieces as well that people might generally use software, for example, access to apps and email. And then there are other hidden costs that people don't always think about, which is, say, insurance. If an employee has an accident in your premises, you're going to have liability insurance to make sure if you do get sued that you can cover it. And then you have to think about pension schemes as well, because if an employee wants to put into a pension fund, then you will end up having to top it up as well. So there are a lot more costs to think about when you employ somebody than when you work with a virtual assistant, as I cover all these costs. I cover my equipment costs, I cover my stationery, I cover my insurance, and I cover my pension funds. Now, so you don't have to think about any of these things. The only thing you think about when you work with me is the time that you work with me. So I will send you a timesheet at the end of the month, which will be time to the second of all the tasks that I do, and you only pay for that time. You don't pay for anything else, you just purely pay for my time. And therefore you don't pay for my breaks either. So when you think about it, when an employee comes in the morning, they will come in, maybe switch their computer on, they'll go and make themselves a cup of tea, then they'll come back to their desk, maybe have a quick chat with yourself or a colleague, and before you know it, that's 15 minutes of the day gone, and that 15 minutes you're paying for. And then that might again happen, for another 15 minutes later in the day. So before you know it, in one day, you're paying for half an hour of their time where they haven't done anything. And then there's maybe other points in the day, when people aren't maybe so productive, but you're still paying for their time when they're unproductive or when they're having breaks. With me, you don't pay for that time. You purely pay for the time that I am working on your tasks and being productive for you. You don't pay for any of the other costs that are involved in employing somebody. So overall, it is so much more affordable to work with someone like myself, and it is also so much easier than people think, as you only need to work really with me on a few basic apps really, which are Asana for project management, for creating projects, for sharing files, communicating, creating rules and business documents, that sort of thing. And then there is Google Drive for file sharing, and then there is Zoom Meeting for having conference calls, and then there is LastPass for sharing passwords and usernames, and the password will be completely hidden from me, so I won't see your sign-in details. I'll only see your username. So that is a very good way of sharing signing in details with me. So it really is very simple, a few simple apps that you can download onto your phone. You can do all the work with me on your phone. You can outsource pretty much any task just via your phone these days, and it can even be simpler than that. Some clients just work with me via email and text or WhatsApp. So it can be really simple and just be done by those two things via WhatsApp or text or email. So we can keep it as simple as you want, or as complex as you want, really. So come and have a chat with me and really find out how affordable and how easy it is to work with a virtual assistant. I don't think you will regret it, and you'll free up your time, and you won't be spending your weekends, or free time doing work. You will have more time for hobbies, family, and doing the things that you enjoy in life. So I hope this video helps, and I hope it shows you how affordable and easy it would be to work with me. Take care. Bye.